What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I'm just here doing a little extra work for those who may be online right now or craft to quit. Make sure that you put your C2Q in front of your requested comments. What I'm doing right now is actually prepping and getting ready for class tonight at 8 o'clock. We're doing the second part two, to our AI in Action course. So for those who are in the AI in Action course, do not forget to have your Photoshop beta installed. It looks like this. It does take up additional space, and it does use up some pretty decent amount of RAM. So be certain that you can run this. If you run into any issues where you can't run it live for class, no worries. I will be running it on your behalf. And then once you're done with class and you want to play with it on your own, you may be able to still run it. If it's still giving you issues, that means that you probably need an upgraded system in order to run that version of Photoshop. Okay, so this will do some testing for you and also let you know what your system is working with. Okay, so we had some character creation homework, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to help you out by creating some backgrounds that go with some of the characters that you started with. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, over on the YouTube side, I probably will not be able to see your comments right away because there is a delay. But like I said, if you are craft to quit, feel free to put your designation and give me any ideas that you have for the characters that we're working on for that theme. All right, just a moment, y'all. I am getting my screen together. Okay, there we go. And for those who are not in the AI in Action class, we will have the replay available. You won't get the live interaction. So anytime I do a live class, you want to get in the Zoom room. I guarantee you that it is so much more beneficial and you get real-time help, but you still will be able to purchase the replay if you want to go through the steps that we went through. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on, was doing some backgrounds here to go with our Dragon Ball Z theme. Okay, and so I'm going to just be playing some different ways to get some different themes. I also saw that we had Cocomelon, so I created a background for Cocomelon. Now we are not doing Midjourney tonight. We are done with Midjourney. We did Midjourney for part one. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just doing some extra Midjourney so I can generate some extra prompts for those who are in the AI course. I will be sharing all of these files with you all so you don't have to worry about what I'm doing right now. And of course, I'm giving game for the free 99 to those who are on the YouTube itch. All right, so I'm going to go to my little document that we started up. Now, I'll give you just a moment. These little Zoom things are all in my face, but I'm about to get them out. No worries. There we go. All right, so some of the character styles that you all were interested in, we did the Dragon Ball Z. We did, let's do Barbie. Some of you were interested in doing Barbie, so let's try that out. What we can do is we can put into the prompt, or we can actually pull images in and get it to talk to us from the prompt. So I'm going to go all the way down here to the end and just start typing in imagine. And what I'm going to do is put in a Barbie dream house, and then I'm going to do photorealistic. Okay, and I'm going to be very general right now because I want it to be creative for me. It's going to be on the new 5.2 mode. So let's see what it comes up with. And I'm also next time going to change the aspect. You know what? I'm going to keep the aspect ratio as a square and show you something here. Since we're not doing Midjourney tonight, I'm going to show you a feature that Midjourney 5.2 does. Is a new feature. I'm going to show you what this does that Photoshop is going to do for us tonight as well. So we get to test out those two features. And we do have to give it a little time to generate. Okay, and for this one, I think I want to be a little more descriptive with this one, just so I can generate a little bit of imagery on the outside of that. I do kind of I like the one that where it generated the cars inside of the Barbie dream house. That's kind of cool. I know it's Barbie dream house is not really a realistic scenario. You know, she has a car here and then, a bathroom that's as big as the bedroom. So it's really not something that's going to be of proportions of our normal proportion, but it will look realistic to a dream house. So if you were doing, let's say you're doing a doll theme or a Barbie theme, but you didn't want to just snatch Barbie stuff and trademark stuff, this is a way for you to get the feel of something without necessarily infringing on a particular brand, where you can still get the idea. Okay, so I think I like this first one up here, although it doesn't have the car. I think that's cool, but the second one has the cars and it has like the background that I like. So I'm going to actually go ahead and upscale number 4. And then what I want to do from here is I want a little more background area. So I'm going to hit to zoom out 2 times. They literally have like the Barbie car inside of the bar area. This one looks like it's in the bedroom, like a computer chair right there. And also, if you're getting effects that you don't really want at all, you can always re-roll and see if you get something different, or you can specify the prompt too. So what I might do to get a completely different effect is I might actually describe what's in the rooms. You can also describe a color theme. You can describe the scenario around it. I like that it has the beach theme around it. That's why I told it to zoom out so I can kind of see what it's going to create outside of that. I'm just going to give it a moment to finish that because it needs to get up to 100%. And let's see if any of this generated anything really cool. It kind of did. I see a pool down here. I see some very interesting additional rooms. It just doesn't make a lot of sense that the cars are parked pretty much in the room up there. But we could also re-roll and regenerate. I think it's pretty fun though. Let's go with number 4. I'm going to upscale number 4. And that'll be one of the backgrounds that we work with. Let's see, someone else chose Moana, and I did do a background. I want you to know that you don't just type in like Moana background. Well, you could type that in, but you can get very creative with the words and the imagery that you paint with words in order to get certain backgrounds and images. So I was doing a Candyland kind of theme here. I thought these were really cool to develop as cool backgrounds for maybe an all over shirt or background, banner, that sort of thing. So this is the prompt that I used to create my Moana style background. I put 3D Pixar Hawaiian beach landscape, and what it did was it kind of made it a little bit animated, but still kept it 3D and photorealistic without making it too cartoony. And I also created some Dragon Ball Z backgrounds where I did want it cartoony because our image that we created was cartoony. So I am just going through the list right now and creating some different backgrounds for the images that you all created. Hey, hey, what's up? I see Nancy, Coach Nancy in the house. Nicole, Craft to Quit, what's good? So anyone that's Craft to Quit, you all can write now at this time until we get ready to start our AI in Action course at 8 p.m. Anyone that is in Craft to Quit can help make suggestions. Just put C2Q before your suggestion of what type of characters or settings that we want to create. I created this one for Coco Melon. And you notice I don't put Coco Melon anywhere in here. What I did was I generated a prompt that was pretty consistent with what I see in some of the Coco Melon settings. So I told it 3D clouds with grass that's vibrant, backyard, picket fence, flowers, and bushes. So then that way, if you have your custom Coco Melon character, you can't tell me that one of these backgrounds don't look like it'll go perfect with that type of 3D character. Okay. All right, so I'm just marking off ones that I have. If you all have any additional ones that you want to see, please let me know. So I have Dragon Ball Z. I have a Candyland. I have a Coco Melon. And I'm just basically going to be working on these for the next 30 minutes until we get class going. I have a Moana. Let's go ahead, and although I already created a mermaid background, I'll create another one. So let's go Imagine. And this one will be for an underwater and I don't want to put mermaid. I'm going to put underwater treasure because I'm imagining what Ariel is with all the treasure. So we'll do underwater treasure with bright colored fish and plants. And then this time, what I want to do, I'm not going to tell it photorealistic because with the 5.2 mode, it should kind of automatically do photorealistic. But I am going to tell it the aspect ratio this time of 16:9. Then that way it'll be wider than it is tall. And let's go ahead and hit enter. With the new Midjourney, it does not like all of those extra wordiness, super descriptive prompts. So that's actually better for us because we can kind of get to the point, see what we get, and then make adjustments accordingly. All right, and while that's going, I'm going to start working on a different one. Let's do, let's say we want to do a Spider-Man city background. All right. And let's see if we do in the style of, and I think it's Miles. I don't know if it's Miles with the I or Miles with the Y. Let me respell this. It is Miles with an I. And then we'll put an aspect ratio of, again, 16:9, because I want it to be wider than it is tall. And then I'm going to check on my prompt here for my mermaid seascape. This is a little more artistic. I want it to be more photorealistic. So I'm actually going to take this same prompt here. Oh, let me show y'all something. I'm going to show you something we can do. So let's say I'm going to regular Google. I'm already on Google, silly Billy. And let's say I'm going to put in a mermaid background. And I want to use something as a reference. I'm going to put wallpaper. And then I'm going to also put underwater. There we go. Now I'm getting a little something. I don't want an actual mermaid in it. I want it to specifically just be like a backdrop. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to right click. So this is a backdrop here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to save the image into my downloads. Okay, and then I'm going to upload the image here. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Okay, so this is giving me more of a background, but I don't want the character in here. So this one, I think number 3 doesn't have the character. Number 2 is kind of cool because we could obviously cover up the character in the middle, but I think we're going to go with, I don't know, 1 is cool. And so is, I think 4 is the coolest though. So we're going to do 4, and then what we'll do is remove the character in Photoshop. So we'll upscale number 4 on that one. I'm still not happy with this one. I'm working on it. So what we're going to do is we are going to go / and describe. And I'm going to upload the picture, the downloads. I'm going to tell it to describe that photo. And guess what, y'all? Oh, you know what? It is a WebP image. It may take a WebP. Let's see if it takes a WebP. Sometimes it has to be a PNG or JPEG, but I think WebP should work for this program. Perfect. Okay, so I can grab one of these prompts. I can copy and paste it, or I can just click on one of these numbers if I want to use it exactly. The reason why I would copy and paste it if I wanted to potentially change some of the prompt. I'm going to go with prompt number 4, see what it turns up. And for this one, I'm not sure what this size is, if it really is 37 by 25. I've never seen that aspect ratio before. I'll let it go just to see what it comes up with. Okay, and same thing here. If I want to find a description or a way to describe something that maybe it is something that's trademarked, but I want to find a way to describe it so I'm not returning exactly that thing. All right, so let's do the same here. Let's look up or let's create one for Boss Baby. I'm thinking that we can do, imagine a 3D Pixar office with baby toys. Y'all look at this beautiful, beautiful output. Looks way better than what I even input in the first place. I really like number 2. Let's see, I think I like 2 and 4. But these are also very, I think, very useful. I'll go ahead and upscale them all for anyone that's in the, this thing is going crazy. Okay. Oh, I see y'all got some suggestions. Okay, so I'm chiming into your suggestions. So let me back up for a second. Let's see what we have for the office settings. Those came out so cool. We got our Miles Morales. Let me see what happened here with our Barbie theme. This one is pretty cool for the Barbie theme. I think that's gonna be a hot design. What am I doing here? Okay, so I see the toys. It's not really giving me Boss Baby. So I'm gonna look up a Boss Baby wallpaper and see if I can, oh, and then I'm gonna put scene. Because really what I want is that background scene. And let's see here. I'm gonna put in office. And this is more of what I was thinking of, but I was hoping to have like some toys or something in the background. So it looks pretty much just like a standard office. So I'm going to say office with a rolling chair, computer desk, and I'm going to put, I'm going to go for modern because I like modern style furniture. And I forgot to put imagine. So I'm going to take this off and then put imagine. Let that roll. Oh no! It says schedule maintenance is currently in progress. Y'all better get it together. All right. And if we have any issues with that, at least I have some things that are upscaled so I can bring over into Photoshop. My goal tonight was to grab some more images for you all to add to our shared drive. Ooh, Transformers. I like that idea. Let's see if it's saying this on all servers or just, I have another account that I started just for y'all. Okay, let's try here. I'm gonna put cinematic background. And then I'm gonna put an aspect ratio of 16:9. And let's see if it says the same thing here, that it is having maintenance issues right now. See, that one looks like it's going. So I will let it cook right here. Ooh, I love unicorn. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I gotta copy and paste your suggestions in order. Let me go to my top here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so Transformers is one. I like the movie party theme, just so like you're thinking popcorn, maybe the little movie reels. I like that idea. That's Van Teresa, good one there. Let's see what else y'all have for me. Unicorn, I love that because we can put in the words like majestic, and it would give us like these whimsical and majestic will give us different types of ideas too. All right, Rob with Wakanda, let's go. Okay, I got that one. And Wakanda is very like futuristic and really, really heightened imagination. So that would be a good one to do. I'm not using the Niji, Nicole, but some of the ones will require us to use Niji. Like I did use Niji with the Dragon Ball Z style background because we had the more drawn characters, the more anime style. Ooh, I like the idea of the Vegas trip and casino. Y'all are coming up with some good stuff. All right, let's see what it did for Transformers, y'all. I love, love, love the apocalyptic type of destroyed area. And it probably came up with some unique characters. I don't know if they're going to be exactly like the characters. They shouldn't be exactly like the characters because it should use them as reference. So I like those quite a lot. Let's see. I definitely like the city view, but I also like the top one as well. So I'm going to upscale one and I'll go ahead and upscale them all for y'all. So we'll just have a whole collection. And then I have the Vegas trip. Let's go ahead and add that one to the list. Retros 80s. I think that would be a super cool one. And Ladybug. All right, so I have quite a few from Craft to Quit. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get on some of these. All right, so for this next one, I'm going to go / imagine. Now we said we want to do a movie theme. So what I want to do is, let's do a dramatic, or with the dramatic afterwards. So we're going to do a 3D movie theme scene. And we're going to have the reels, lights, cameras, popcorn. All right. And I already put 3D. So when I put 3D first, it's going to emphasize as 3D. If I put photo up first, it's going to emphasize as a photo. And then if I put like illustration, drawing, cartoon, then it would use that as the basis here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to choose the aspect ratio of 16:9. Otherwise, it's going to give me a square. You know what, I think I'm going to let it give me a square. And then when it gives me the square, then I can zoom out and see if it's going to create any cool extra artifacts. All right, I'm going to let that roll. Next, let's do, okay, so for unicorn, let's do, this one, let's imagine a 3D whimsical, and let's do pastel. unicorn. I want to say forest because I'm thinking I want to see some of the trees and stuff, but let's just say, yeah, let's put forest because I want to see like a whimsical forest. I want to see butterflies and sunshine. And let's also make sure we have some beautiful clouds in there. Let that roll. Look at our movie theme, y'all. This is so cool. Now I could see this one, number 2, kind of looks like what you would do for a party, like if you were making props and that sort of thing. I think that is super cool. This top one reminds me of like if you're doing an old school movie night. I like that. The one at the bottom left looks a little more like a casino style. That's cool as well. But I think number 2 is right in the lane of like a movie theme because that light blue and that red popcorn is a very common color scheme for that. And it looks very party-esque. Now, if it's not exactly what I want, what I can do is I can do a version of number 2. So I'm gonna do V2 instead and let it create some variations of number 2 and see if it gives me something that I like. So I'm already liking this unicorn look. Ah, this is gonna be so beautiful. All right, and it looks like unicorn is done. I'm going to see which one we may want to heighten. I really, really like the one with the trees and the field here. So I'm going to upscale number 2 here. And once it's upscaled, then I can also zoom out. So I'm going to zoom out. Oh, I'm liking what it's coming up with for the popcorn theme. Let me leave it alone. All right, so we have Transformers done, movie party theme done, unicorn done. Ooh, next we're on Wakanda. All right, so this one we're gonna do Imagine. And I'm gonna say scene of Wakanda. And we'll do futuristic, photorealistic. Okay, because we don't want this one giving us like a 3D or character theme. We want this to look photorealistic like it's the movie. I'll do cinematic lighting. And then this one, I will do an aspect ratio of 16:9 because I know for sure I want that to be wider. Let's let it roll. And if you notice what's happening here is the upscaled image here with the unicorn is now in the center and the AI is trying to generate alternative backgrounds, very similar to what we're going to be doing with the generative fill feature in Adobe Photoshop beta, because the beta does have a generative fill feature. All right, and when I did Wakanda, I didn't do whether it was interior or exterior. So that's another thing. We could do like the interior lab, or we can say the landscape outdoors. So depending on what it gives us, we could be a little more descriptive with that. And let's see what we got here for unicorn. This is too beautiful. And I know that we are going to want this to be wider. So what I'm going to do is, let's see which one I like best. I think this one here, which is 1, 2, 3, I like best. So let's take number 3 and we're going to go ahead and upscale it. Let's see what we got for Wakanda here. This is so gorgeous. Do you see how you can just build ideas and build themes and build stories even? This is so phenomenal. So I like really all of these. I think the one that stands out to me the most is probably number 2 right now as far as just like a generic background, but I think I'll need to get a little more descriptive with this. So I'm gonna go, actually I can take the same exact prompt. I don't want to just remix it because it'll give me something like I already have. Okay. So, and then also the fact that I'm putting in a scene is giving me like a movie scene. Okay. And then this one, I want to be scene of Wakanda headquarters. I want technology. Okay, so this will be more of my inside, and then I'm also going to do one for the outside just to show you the difference in how that prompt might look. Now, keep in mind that depending on the plan that you have for not Chat GPT, I'm sorry, for Midjourney, you may or may not be using up a lot of credits depending on how you're rolling this, whether you're using your fast rendering or slow. So please keep that in mind. All right, so we're gonna do scene in Wakanda. And then this one, I'm gonna put the mountains, trees, sun, and then that way it's going to help me focus on the outdoor scene and scenario. All right, now let's do the Vegas theme. That ought to be pretty cool. Ooh, look what it gave me for Wakanda. Neat, neat, neat. Oh, I'm loving, loving, loving number 2. All of these are super cool. And I forgot to put my aspect ratio in there. So if I wanted this to be wider, I could absolutely change that when I do the upscale feature, the zoom out, which I'm going to do here. So here I'm going to zoom out custom. And what I'm going to tell it is that I'm going to zoom 1, but I'm going to change my aspect ratio to 16:9. What it should do is keep everything centered and just give me extra meat on the sides. All right, let's see here what I'm coming up with. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Okay, so now we have the same thing here. If I wanted to upscale and then give me a little more imagery to the sides, I could do that. Now this looks so good. I'll upscale these for you all as well. So we should have plenty to work with. This is so cool. I think it's still thinking on expanding our whimsical unicorn forest here. We'll let that keep thinking. Next, let's do the Vegas/casino theme. Oh, you know what? I'm going to check on my popcorn because I think, yeah, popcorn was in here. Let's see which one we want to blow up. Y'all, can y'all imagine? This is actually helping to, like, if you were doing stand-ups and pop-ups, that way, like, people could take photos in front of. This is a super cool way to demonstrate what that could look like. Which one do I like best? I'm thinking number 4. But I also like the lights from number 3. And then you get some details that are kind of unrealistic. Like I think that's supposed to be a clock in the middle, but it doesn't look very realistic. But something like that, I would just put a real clock on there if I wanted a clock there. One thing Midjourney is not going to do well is text. So you can see where it tries to emulate text here. And I'll open it in the browser so y'all can see it bigger. So you can see where it tries to emulate where words would be, but of course it looks like, it's foreign. However, you get the idea of that you could put text there and you could absolutely clean that up. So I think we'll go with the third one here. So we're upscale number 3. And let's see what we come up with. Beautiful. Okay, so here's our unicorn. Let's go ahead and open that in browser. It looks like it zoomed out, maybe even a little too much, but it's also giving me these options. So I'm going to choose one of these. And the idea was to get the background, not necessarily the unicorn itself. So I'm thinking I like 3 or 4 here. I'm going to go with which one? Let's go with 4. Look at how gorgeous that is, y'all. Beautiful. Now you can also tell it certain colors. So let's say that I was going to go with the unicorn, same prompt here, but I wanted specific colors. I'm going to go ahead and put like teal, pink, orange, and purple. And let's go ahead and run that prompt and see what it does for us. All right, next, let's go with the casino theme. And y'all, we are almost out of time. So I think I'm getting through the whole list that I retrieved earlier from the Craft to Quitters. This one, I'm going to do a 3D. You know what? This one, let's do a drawn version. Okay. So what we'll do for this one, we'll just put Vegas, casino, wild, fun, elegant. Okay, so I'm just putting some descriptive words here, and then I'm going to tell it that I'll do it regular first, and then I'll switch it to Niji mode, and then show y'all what the difference is there. Oh, that came so cool. I like the kind of collage look there. I was not expecting that for the unicorn. I'll get back to that in a second. So Vegas, casino, wild, fun, elegant, and dramatic. Okay. And we'll do this as a background because otherwise it's going to like give me like people and stuff in it. And I'll even put the word wallpaper. Well, we'll just put background because I'm going to put the aspect ratio as 16:9. So it will know that is pretty much the wallpaper dimension. And also could have put things like lights, flashing, that sort of thing to denote that I wanted to have some action. This is neat. This isn't what I'm looking for though. You know what I'm gonna do for the next one? I did like that it has the colors though. So I think this is cool. I'm gonna upscale this for you all. But this next time I'm gonna take the word 3D out and I'm going to do photorealistic. or I'm going to do a painting style. So what we can do here, you can actually pick an artist, and in the AI in Action class, I'll give y'all a link to where it has a prompt builder with different style artists, but I just want you to have fun and focus on just creating the style that you want. And then this one, I'm going to put that I want it to be a, what style do I want to see this one as? Let's see if we do this one as in, we can do like an oil painting, a watercolor. Let's put that as a painting. All right, and then that way it'll get us out of this whole 3D model looking thing here. Ooh, let's see what's giving us for Vegas. I like it. I like it. What do y'all think? I like every last one of these. And notice that the words on the building, of course, are not going to spell real stuff, but I like how the chips are stacked up in front of the building. It's got that foreshortened kind of view where the chips are right in front of us, but the buildings are set further in the background. This one has the cards. That's cool. I want you to notice though, when it puts cards though, notice how the numbers are not real numbers there, and even sometimes the symbols will not be real symbols. So if you want to correct that, you'll probably have to get real playing cards and Photoshop that onto the face of the cards. But to get a composition that gives you an idea of what you can do there is really and truly going to be worth it. So what you could do is go ahead and place your foreground image or whatever you're going to do there, and then see what's still exposed and replace those cards with actual faces of cards, using that more of like a mock-up for the face of those cards. But I like all four of those, and I like the painting that just came up. Okay, so I'm going to upscale all four of those for y'all for casino. Uh-oh. I already upscaled that one. I guess I was acting too fast. Ooh, this is really pretty. I'm a little torn here too, so I'm going to upscale all of those for y'all. Now, let's say I wanted to go with a particular artist. So I could go with like, I guess I'm clicking too fast, y'all. I can go with like a Van Gogh or even like a Lisa Frank. So let's say I'm going to take this same unicorn theme, and then I'm going to imagine. So now I'll still have my whimsical, and then this time I'm going to take off pastel. I'm just going to put unicorn forest, those colors, and then at the end I'm going to put in the style of Lisa Frank and see what that gives me. All right, so I have retro 80s and ladybug left. Let's see if I can get those done in the next 5 minutes. Now, for those of you who are supposed to be inside of the AI in Action course, don't get caught up here with me on YouTube. Make sure that you all are getting on into the Zoom room at 8 o'clock, because at 8 o'clock, I'm actually taking y'all into Photoshop, and we are going to do some AI work within Photoshop. All right, so I want to make sure that y'all are in the place. Let's see here. So we're going to do a little bit of creation here for the retro 80s. Okay, so we're going to imagine a creative, colorful graffiti. And I think graffiti has 2 F's, and it does, and 1 T. Colorful graffiti, retro 80s background. And let's say that we want cassette tapes And cassette, I think, has 2 cassette tapes, boombox, and maybe like a grunge theme. And then let's do an aspect ratio of 16:9. Not 19:9. And that's supposed to say creative. All right, so let's see, we put in Lisa Frank, we get bolder colors. I'm also seeing a little more stylized input as far as the waves and that sort of thing. That is super, super cool. We got totally different looks. We got 3 totally different looks for the unicorn thing. All right, and let's see, was there anything else? We already got our casinos. Last one was Ladybug. So Ladybug was the last request that I took. Let me go ahead and do that real quick because I only have like 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to have to let our people in the room. And Hannah, if you would go ahead and let the folks in the waiting room know that they should already have Photoshop beta downloaded, installed, and open. Okay, and go ahead and make sure that everyone in the waiting room that has that goes ahead and gives you a 1, so we know that they are ready to participate. And then also they should have created their chat GPT, their login. Oh, this is cool, cool, cool. I love it. And this gave us a more illustrative mode, but if I want something that is not illustrated, I'm going to go imagine. And then let's say this one, I want to be more like playful, like a kitty. So I'm gonna go Pixar style. And if I put that first, whatever you put first is more important. Okay, let's see what happens when I put in Pixar style. This is really, really cool, y'all. And let's see, last one I'm doing is Ladybug. All right, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Imagine. Uh-oh. So we're gonna do a Ladybug theme, background. Let's put beautiful. We will put sky, clouds. And if I put sky and clouds, that describes that I want something on the outside. And let's let this one be like a 3D ladybug theme. And I'm gonna put, sorry, this is background, but I'm gonna put aspect ratio of 16:9. Let it roll. This one, it gave me a little more intricate, but I want more 3D for this one. So I'm actually going to take the same thing. And I'm going to tell it that I want a 3D. All right, so it is pretty much 8 o'clock. So everyone that's in the AI in Action course, y'all go ahead and meet me in the Zoom room right now. I'm going to give it a little bit of time here. See what's going on with this lady. Like, did it really just have the ladybugs just flying around? Ooh, I get an idea. I'm gonna look up a ladybug wallpaper. Or let me look up, I'm gonna put in flower too. I'm looking for something that's going to kind of give me a distinct description. I think I like that one right there. I'm going to save that image. Boom. And then that's going to be the last thing I do, y'all, because I got to get out of here. Ooh, look at my 3D version. That looks super dope. Super dope. And even the ladybug, I mean, these aren't ladybugs, but I do like where this one was going. I might tell it to create versions of number 1 here, but let's see. I want to do one more thing before I leave. So I'm going to describe this ladybug image. Boom, boom. Go ahead and hit enter. Let that load up. And that's the last thing that I'm doing with y'all online on YouTube-ish. Yes, so you may stay here. I'm going to give y'all a little sneak peek of the AI class, but we're not going to stay on long. I'm just going to do a little bit of demonstration, and then I'm going to close out the YouTube session because we're going to be working AI. Right, all right. And you all are welcome to go ahead and let the members in the room for the AI in Action course, go ahead and let them in. Look how descriptive it's got. Ladybug on the purple flower with water droplets on it in the style of UHD. That basically means like an ultra high definition image. And it has like some additional information here that I don't know that's going to be helpful. But let me look up who this name is. Widom Bilder. I don't know if that's a real person. This is an artist, but that does not describe the style that I'm looking for. So I'm going to stop right there. Right there. And then I'm going to use that. So sometimes you don't use the entire thing. You're just going to use that to extract some information that you want. Okay. So I'm going to put a field of ladybugs on colorful flowers. And then I'm going to make sure that my aspect ratio is space 16:9. And I'm going to take out the water droplets because I don't really care about that. All right, and the UHD does matter because it can read. The UHD just means basically it's ultra high definition, like what a camera would give. So it should, when it has UHD, it should give us more photorealistic results rather than like a painting or a Pixar 3D style or anything like that. I did send out an email. I will go ahead and post it in the Welcome to AI document. And if anybody still needs that document link from last time, I'm going to go ahead and post it. I see many of you are already in the document, so that's good. But just in case, here's the link to the document that we'll be working on tonight. So everything that I tell you to do, I'm going to be pasting piece by piece in this Welcome to AI in Action document. So you all can pay attention to that. And as I'm dropping the next steps, I will be dropping it inside of that Google Doc. So just make sure that you have that ready. Oh, these are too, ooh, cool. I am liking the yellow and red. I'm liking the pink, the white. So one thing I might want to do though, if I were doing this as a designer, might want to zoom out. Now, excuse me, what's going on with image number 2 and 4? I don't think I'm liking that. It's being a little abstract. If you look at it in the center of the flower, it has like a ladybug shaped and smooth kind of image. That's not necessarily what I want. Same thing's happening in number 4. So I'm going to upscale number 1 and even number. So I like the flowers in number 3, but that doesn't look like a ladybug. That looks like whatever that cousin is to the ladybug was not a ladybug, but gets away with not getting squished because it's almost as cute as a ladybug. So I'm just going to upscale number 1, and then I'm going to zoom it out because I want to see more of the greenery there. All right, and then that's it, y'all. That is it. That is it. We are letting our AI in action folks in the room. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here and see if it gives me any more ladybugs or just that one ladybug is how I like it. All right, y'all see, I'm just scrolling through some of the things that we created tonight. I'll go ahead and put it in our shared folder for the AI in action. This came out so cool. And then of course, I also have some on the other account I was running. All right, so for everyone else, we are in the AI in action room, and for YouTube, I am going to let y'all get a sneak peek, but I won't be able to see your comments anymore, okay? All right, so our AI in action group, listen, I have seen some of your, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Also, do you mind, oh, you already started the transcript. You are amazing. So I'm going to right now just go ahead and where is my Facebook? So I have seen some of your homework and I am really, first of all, y'all killed it on the 227. Let me just say that it looks amazing. Look at this. Come on, Mo, with the AI homework. Let's go. I love it. So this is so good. So what we're going to do is I'm just kind of going through here and highlighting some of you all who already did your AI work and your characters. Beautiful, beautiful. And then of course y'all did 227 was AI artwork that we created, and went into Photoshop, created some hair where the hair was missing. So we are going to play with that feature. Ooh, I love this. Let's go. That looks beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so AI, let me see some of the characters that you all did. Y'all love this class, didn't you? Look, I'm glad that you all did something with it and didn't just sit around in class and y'all actually participated. Let's go. All right, I see Keisha using the lips, and y'all see Walt was there teaching y'all about finances. All right, so this is so cool, y'all. So you take a photo and you blend it, and that's what you end up with. That is so cool. Now this one looks really neat too. I love it. And the basketballs that ended up in there, cool. The style in here looks like kind of boondock style. That looks so cool. I love it. I love it. So y'all are getting your AI on. Okay, come on, Coco Melon. And one of the things that I was going to show you in a subsequent class is basically how to change the skin tones here. So let's say it got your cocoa melon here and it has your little one and it did kind of blend it a little bit. However, let's say, because I did one with Boss Baby and I think I showed it to y'all. Let me see if I scroll up a little bit. That should show you the Boss Baby. So Boss Baby, it gave me the remix of Boss Baby plus this cute little one here. However, it gave me totally different hair than what I would have wanted. So it gave him blonde hair and it gave him like tight, cool, textured hair, which is nothing like the hair that he had and nothing like the Boss Baby hair. So it just made that up. But let's say that I wanted to change his skin tone to be more like his actual skin tone, or I wanted to change his hair. I can do that in Photoshop. So sometimes even the results that you want to get and you're not exactly getting it from the Midjourney app, then you can bring it into Photoshop and do a little extra magic and see what it pulls out for you. All right, and let's see, that's some Dragon Ball Z stuff we were doing. Some cool stuff there. And then some of you ended up doing the Dragon Ball Z with us. So I'm just going back through, checking on y'all. So Cocoa Melon, this is what I would do. I would work on the skin tone here and I could use that straight up. That is ready to go if you just change that skin tone. Now this one was funny because you put in the character of the train, but but it gave you like a character and then it kind of like put something on his back. However, what I would do on this one is I would literally cut out just his face right there. And if I wanted him to be on the train, I would put that right on the train face. And then that way you could make like your own version of the train character just for him. And he would absolutely love that. So cool stuff there. See Eleanor getting excited about AR, putting that QR code on there. All right, and Eleanor, I also saw you, you put your AI generation. This is the Niji mode here. So the Niji mode gives it more of a cartoon anime style. Quite naturally, it's going to 5.1, and 5.2 are gonna get more of a photographic style. So we're just running through that. I see what y'all got going on here. This one was too fun and funny. Boss Baby. I love it. I love it. Did you say it was a little vacuum? You got a little vacuum salesman? That was too cute. But this one came out super animated looking and really smooth. I'm surprised at how smooth that one came out. It looks really good. And this one, very much so as well. However, you notice that there are going to be some issues with the hands. What I would do is just make sure that we hide those hands, but sometimes you can kind of re-roll and re-roll and re-roll, and eventually it will fix the hands, but it does use up your credits there. So good stuff. This is so good. Oh, this one is so cute. Too cute. And then we're getting more into the Niji and cartoon style here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, and I think, oh yeah, we cannot forget about Moana. I created a background for y'all for this one. And just look at how it animates the face and the style of the Moana character. Super, super cool and cute. It even changes up her outfit. Because if you remember, originally she's laying down, so it's having her sit up. It put the necklaces around, I don't know if that's the puka shell necklace, but it gave her the necklace there, the shells there. Too cute, too cute. Now you see that there are going to be issues here with the hands, but those are things that you all are going to learn to fix in the future. This one gives us the Niji style. It's going to go with the cartoon. I like that. Very, very cute. Just adorable. She is a character in and of herself, but she definitely did that. Okay, so I think that's all for our AI stuff. I was just going to shout out the folks who did start posting their AI homework, and we're going to get into Photoshop right now. Okay, okay. Where you agree to the AI artwork. Okay, yes. So those who agree to share the AI artwork, that is a good discussion to have at this point, because only those who agreed to share their work and agreed also not to sell anyone else's AI artwork, but they can use it on their printed goods and final products, including the ones that we submit to the folder. We want to go ahead and have your agreement in writing in this chat right now. So if you have not already agreed to that, you can go ahead. I'm going to state the terms of the agreement once more. Okay. So for instance, the graphics that we add into this folder and give you access to, like the ones that are on the screen, the graphics that your fellow classmates have worked very, very hard on, that they are going to end up adding to the folder. We are agreeing that we will not use anyone else's AI generated artwork to make any type of digital sales. However, you can use the artwork for your final printed goods, okay? If you are in agreement with that, and you also have to be in agreement to share your work into the folder as well, all right? Then you can put "I agree" in the chat right now, and our customer happiness team will take down that you are in agreement and be able to add access to the folder, the shared folder, once everyone has uploaded their work. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Perfect. So I'm going to give you all some homework too. So y'all just saw me do some extra stuff. I'm creating some backgrounds for you all. You can go back and take a look at that so that you all can formulate backgrounds. You all can formulate your characters. And from there, we're going to have a whole collection of ideas here, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's see how many people have their Photoshop ready to go. If you have Photoshop Beta installed, this is the Photoshop Beta where it is white with the blue letters on it. Go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat. If you don't have it, and let's say you're still trying to download it, it took a long time on my system, and my system already has Photoshop on it. So when it downloads Photoshop Beta, it's almost like saving, or it is like saving 2 different Photoshops on your system. So your system may not be able to handle it. If that's the case, do not get frustrated. Just wait till after the live, after we're done doing the live streaming, and it's possible that your computer may be able to handle it then. If it cannot handle it then more than likely you need to upgrade your RAM, upgrade your hard drive, or upgrade your graphics card, or upgrade your entire computer, okay? Just understand that once we get advanced in these graphics, that it does take some computing energy, and it may be required for you to invest in better equipment in order to take advantage of it, okay? So don't get frustrated at your system. We're still pulling together artwork for you as a team, so just hang tight, and we'll see where we can take it with this Photoshop Beta. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate first, and then I'm going to give you all access to a file. But if you can recall, let me go ahead and pull it up over here. All right, so we did the queen with the big hair. And if this looks familiar, it's because this is what we were working with inside of our class yesterday in 227 class, 227. All right, and you notice that in this image, it cuts off her hair there. So I want to show you 2 things. One, I want to show you in Midjourney, there is a brand new feature that did not exist before, but it now exists. So that's good. I'm going to find this image. Okay, so this is the exact same image and I have it upscaled. So what I could do here is, because I have it upscaled, I can go ahead and do what's called zoom out. Now we're going to do the same thing in Photoshop, but let me show you how you could also try this in Midjourney as well. So I'm going to do a zoom out. I'm just going to tell it I want to zoom out 1.5 times. And from here, it's thinking, and it should give me a variation. If I scroll all the way to the bottom now, it's working on that. And let's let it think a little bit. You see how it looks like it's going to actually give me the hair on the sides there? Perfect. Now we can simulate that in Photoshop. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to demonstrate first, and then I'm going to give you the file, walk you through it, and then I'll be checking on your screens. However, it's probably going to be very difficult to share your screen and run this, this Photoshop beta. Okay, so I'm just giving y'all the heads up right now. All right, so what I'm going to do at this point is, I just have this background here. I'm going to make a selection. I'm going to include some of the inside of the hair, and then I'm going to come out here. And I'm going to get pretty extreme with it. Okay. And right here in Photoshop, because I'm using beta, it's automatically got this window here. I'm going to hit generative fill. And here I'm just going to hit generate. I'm not going to tell it anything because I want to see what it just generates. It should read that I have hair there, but there's no telling. So I'm not going to guess. I'm going to let it create what it wants to create here. So one way of doing generative fill is just to let Photoshop go wild. Okay, and we see we got some hair texture there, a little bit of a different do, and then it gives me 2 more variations, so I can click on those variations. And I think I like this one here that it did for me. We can keep that as is, or we can regenerate. We can run it again. Okay, the other thing we can do is I can select this area again. I'm going to get a little bit closer this time, and you'll see kind of like what I was doing for you all. When I created the hair on the outside here. And this time when I hit generative fill, I'm going to put Afro curly hair. And then I'll hit generate. And see, it does some computing and some thinking here. So we're going to have to just let it do what it does. Okay, now that one, I am not crazy about that texture at all. I want to go to the next one. I'm not crazy about that texture either. None of these I'm feeling. So I'm actually going to go back to my lasso. I'm going to hit generative fill again, and then I'm going to put curly hair. And then go ahead and hit generate. And the thing about this is you're going to get different results every single time you do it. Sometimes it is the luck of the roll. And sometimes I find that if I start getting crazy results, I'll actually close out of Photoshop, clear my preferences, and come back, and it'll give it like a fresh idea there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not liking those. I'm going to hit regenerate, roll it again. The first one is actually okay, but it kind of looks a little like it's got a lot of sporadic grays in there, and I'm not liking that. So I'm just letting it regenerate. It keeps trying to give me these. I don't like any of these at all. This one I'm okay with because this one kind of went off of the original texture. These I'm not okay with. So I'm going to delete that layer all in general. Stay on this layer. And let's see. I'm going to go again. This time I'm going to select some of the inside here. Grab the face, grab the hair here. And I'm going to try to do a little more circular this time and not so, because last time I kind of flattened her up a little bit. Oh, you know what it is too? I think also when I drag it more smooth on the outside, it's trying to get smooth. So let me see if I do this. If I kind of tell it I want curly type of edges, I'm still going to kind of bring in some of that inside meat there. Boom. Okay, let me put in curly hair, see what it does for me there. Because I was not impressed with the previous. Seriously, I'm over here. I'm mad at it too because my hair looking like that. Like it looked like it's looking at me and like, yeah, let me take some of your hair, put it on top of that. Okay, I like that. Is a lot cooler. It's giving me a little more bounce. I was actually looking for it to give me a fro. So I'm gonna try this again. And this time when I regenerate, I'm going to keep that on. And this time I'm going to put, I'm going to put afro. Let's see if it actually gives me an afro now. So I did this before in the class that you all have, 227. I was able to get the afro curls. I was able to get kind of like sister locks or like micro locks. But this right here, I don't know if it's showing out in front of company or what. Listen, this looked like she got chinchilla hair. I don't know what's going on. They tried to give it a wave and some texture on the end. It's not it. That's not it at all. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let y'all play next. So we're gonna go ahead and get you all to set up your artboard. You're going to import the artwork just like we're doing right here, and then you're going to generate the hair on the outside, okay? So I'm going to ask for someone who has their Adobe Beta set up, and go ahead and give me a 1 if you have Adobe Beta set up. You'll know because I sent out an email for you all to install it, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. If you don't already have it, I promise you, you won't be able to download it in time. But let me show you what it looks like. You go to Creative Cloud, and then you're going to go to on the left-hand side here, you go to under categories, go to beta apps, and you'll see Photoshop Beta. I already have it and it's up to date. But if you don't have it, you can hit install. And if you have it and it's not updated, do not try to update it now because it's too late. It will take forever to upload, to update, and it will take forever and a day to install. So if you already have it, go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me go to the beginning here, see. So Yolanda, go ahead and share your screen with me. Let me stop my screen share.
Okay. Where to share screen? Oh, you know what? It's probably.
Let me see if I need to allow you to. Yeah, you should be able to share your screen.
It's something weird. I don't know what it did. Let me stretch it back out. It's something. There it goes. Okay.
Okay. And then also, everyone, let's turn off our cameras because I promise you that we are already going to be stressing your system out by using Photoshop plus streaming on Zoom. So we can go ahead and turn our cameras off, and I will see y'all's beautiful faces later.
After, after I did it, I was like, I ain't touching nothing until she say something. So
I feel you. I feel you. You look, I love when y'all love to listen to directions. So we're actually going to close on out of this. Usually you'll see this screen if it's your very first time opening up Photoshop Beta. Or let's say if you cleared your preferences and you're opening up fresh, it thinks that it's a brand new installation of it. So you'll see that as well. But right now, once you close out of that screen, you should be seeing Photoshop Beta look just like this. All right. And what we are going to do is we are going to create a new document. So we're going to go right here to File. And we'll go to New. And we're going to go ahead and create a, I like to use right now, what we're going to do is kind of do like a screensaver style, just to show you how you can get more width to your image. I don't want to do the all over shirt 36 by 44 size because it will tap some of your systems out. Okay. So we're going to go over here to web, right here to web size under new document right here. All right, and we're going to choose the 1920 by 1080, so where it says web large. Okay, and then generative fill, we're can we just close out of that? I think you just close out of that. We are going to use generative fill. Okay, perfect. All right, so everyone should have this sort of, this is the same 16 by 9 that I was talking about, or if you're doing kind of a landscape wallpaper, this is it. All right, and we are going to check in first before we move forward. Let me make sure that you have this open as it looks here on the screen. Give me a 1 if so. Excuse me, if you need some help, please give me a 2. All right. And then let me check and see if we have any 2s here. Looks like everybody's a 1. Perfect, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and paste over the link that we used last time to grab your images. All right, hold on just a second. Oh, I got to get y'all that link. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. So I don't think you all have that exact folder just yet. All right, here we are. All right, there we go. I'm going to copy this link and I am placing it inside of your welcome file. It'll be right underneath day 2. You should see that link there. You're going to download this image and put it into your folder on your desktop that you should have labeled with your name and then AI. And once y'all have that downloaded, go ahead and give me a 3. And you may have to refresh your Google Doc to see it.
I need access.
Oh, okay. It might be on my end though. Let me go ahead and there you go. It should give you access now. Let me know if you have any trouble.
Okay, got it.
Perfect. And then when you have it download, just do me a favor and just let me know that it's downloaded in your AI folder on your desktop, and then we'll go ahead and do file, place, embedded. Perfect. Now, yep, we're just going to go.
I think it went to my AI folder. I wanted to move it out of the way, but yeah.
It probably automatically goes to your downloads for how most people have their downloads going, but that's fine too if you need to move it later. Let's go ahead and do file and then place embedded. Perfect. And then you should be able to find your file. And that's looking into your cloud. You probably have to go to on your computer because Adobe Photoshop, they want to get you using that cloud. So it's probably in your downloads more than likely. And yeah, you might even check your recents. There it goes. That's it. Okay, let's go ahead and place it. And then what I want you to do is I want you to shrink it down just a little bit. So we have some space at the top there. If we want to create some extra big hair, that's good right there. All right, you can go ahead and hit enter to lock in your transformation or that check mark up top. Perfect. All right, so everyone should be right here. Everyone should be right here. All right, and if you are where we are, you are good to go. If you need some help getting right here, right now, go ahead and give me a 2 before we move forward, please. No one needs any help? Oh, y'all are on it tonight. All right, let's go ahead and get it going then. So we are going to be using this lasso tool right here. And it should be by default available to you. Go ahead and click on it. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to just draw just really lightly the way that I'm drawing on your screen right now. You're going to draw.
I think it's
just like that. What's that?
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't see no drawing yet. It must be delayed. Okay. So just draw.
Yeah, and we're using up a lot of resources here. So what you're going to do is you're going to start drawing and you're going to have to end where you start. So go ahead and try to follow the shape that I just drew there. It doesn't have to be exact. This is just a very rough mask that we're making right now. I understand, Eleanor, if you can't work right now, just the recording will be available. You'll be able to follow through. I promise you. Look at you staying on track.
I just look. I'm gonna mess with this. It's a good thing that we have these computers because if somebody asks me to draw something, they're gonna be fresh out of luck with me.
Well, with AI taking over, all you have to do is imagine it.
Did I get it?
I think you did. Did you happen to click off of the layer mask, or let go to your history right now and see if it deselected?
I did anything.
Go back to lasso. I think by mistake you deselected it, but it's okay. Let's go back to layers. And let's stay right here. I'm going to clear my marks and you're going to stay right here. You're good to go. Don't touch nothing else because you are like right on the money. Okay, you got it.
Okay, in the pocket. Thank you.
All right, and I'm gonna make sure if anyone else needs help, you were not able to draw your lasso around the hair like that, go ahead and give me a 2. Nicole, you were already on it. Go ahead, share your screen, Nicole.
So
All
I'm
right.
supposed to be on a layer mask?
Yes, let's oh, I forgot, this is a brand new Photoshop, so your
It
workspace is
is.
not going to be exactly the same, but we're not even using workspaces like that. We're just using the beta tools. So
Okay.
yes, you're on the right tool. You're on the lasso here. Let me get my marker. You are right on the money right there. Now what I want you to do is kind of start drawing. You want to grab some of the inside meat there.
Oh,
Oh, you already
okay.
got it. Okay, she
Yeah, I
gonna have
did that. I didn't see
you'll
the
have a
layer
little high
mask.
spot. That's cool. That's cool. All right, so what we're gonna do, you're good right there. Perfect. Sit tight for me. Anyone
Okay.
else need help? Now, Nicole, if no one else needs help, we're gonna go off of your screen next.
Okay.
All right, looks like we're gonna go off of your screen. So I just want you to hit generative fill right here. Okay, and just agree to the terms there. And then let's go ahead and just hit generate. So we're not gonna tell Photoshop anything. We just wanna see what it does when we hit generate. A lot of times it will intuitively kind of figure out what you need, and sometimes it will not be so intuitive and it'll give you some random raggediness.
Hmm, the shag.
Okay. Okay. It's taking us back. It's okay. Go ahead and click on this second variation here, see if that's any different. And your variations end up right here. Okay. It gave it because it gave a little smush, and I'm surprised because you gave it more space on this side and it just like kind of smushed the area. Go ahead and select the third one.
That's tolerable.
Okay, yeah, that's like a little, not quite a little razzle dazzle, but it's a little, something. Okay, so this time what we're going to do, we're going to, let's go back to our history, and I'm gonna move my zoom tool out of your way. So let's go back to right before, let's go where it says place embedded smart object. We're gonna go there. So basically we're gonna reset it by clicking on the word, yep. Okay, so that reset it. This time we're going to draw out just a little bit bigger because we want it to know, we want that hair big, because in order for me to put those words, I had to make it like a big afro, right? So I want you to do the same thing there.
Okay.
Cicely, if you don't see generative fill on yours, let's go ahead and do a screen share for me. I want to make sure that you actually have Photoshop beta installed. And then if so, there is a way for us to see that. All right, and then this time when we hit generative fill, I want you to hit it one time, and we're gonna type a prompt in. I want you to just type in curly hair. Or you could just type in curls. Just type, or something, yeah, let's do curly hair, because I don't know what curls is gonna, I don't know what else curls can give us, but Photoshop is still learning how to help us out on AI. Okay, go ahead and hit generate. And thank you for waiting for me to tell you that. Y'all getting good listening to the directions. All right, and then we'll let that go ahead and do its business. And then Cicely, I will check on your screen next, see what's going on your end. I'm just interested to see what it comes
Wow.
Well, okay, it looked like they put a little Jerry curl juice in there, and a little some extra. Let's go ahead and click on the next one. No. And this one. Okay, that was a little cooler. I could probably rock with that one, because what we were doing was we were putting all those big words in her hair. So we needed her to have exaggerated hair.
The volume. Yeah.
Right, in order to put that text in there. So I'm just letting y'all know what I did in order to create that template for y'all. Okay, so this is you all getting a chance to play with it. I'm sure everybody's gonna have something different. Some of us will have something funny, some of us will have something cool, some of us may even have something that wants us to blurt out some expletives tonight. Depending on what y'all get. All right, so good deal. Cicely, go ahead, share your screen. And everyone, y'all just hold tight, keep not keep regenerating, because the more you regenerate is going to cause you issues, like if you regenerate too many times. So do what I did and just go back on the history if you're not getting what you want. All right, so this is the regular Photoshop, Cicely. You need the beta Photoshop. The way I can tell is if your Photoshop is blue, that's regular Photoshop. The beta Photoshop is white, and it kind of has like a blueprint kind of grid image on it. So this one won't have the generative fill feature. Okay. What I will do is I will show you this next step. I'm going to show you how to recolor it. You do not need new version of Photoshop to do this. So I'm going to show you this really quickly. This is AI, but AI that you can do in the new Photoshop or the regular Photoshop. Okay, so you're going to go up here to filter right up top. You're going to go to camera raw filter. Okay, and just go ahead and hit get started there. The GPU acceleration is disabled. Graphics processor acceleration is currently disabled. It's saying in the future it's going to require that, and you can manage the GPU settings and your performance. Just go ahead and hit OK. It should allow you to go through it for now. It looks like it's warning you for later though. All right, I want you to go to this little circle. If y'all remember from class yesterday, that little circle right there with the dot, dot, dot around it.
Which one?
Right here on the side here. Uh-oh, it's got a bad echo there. Okay. All right, you're just gonna hit try on my own. Hit try on my own right here. All right, and what I want you to do is, it's already looking, if you see right here, it's trying to find people in the photo, so give it a second there. And when it finds a person, it'll put that person's image in a little circle there. So just give it a moment. And I think it may be taking a little bit of time while we're on this live, but there you go. You can go ahead and click on the person now. Click on the person's image. Okay, and I want you to scroll down just a little bit here. And it should be thinking, and it's going to start to see like what's there. Okay, so remember how yesterday we were changing the skin tone and the lips? I want you to focus. You can go ahead and check off skin. You can do hair, lips, and body skin. Body skin is going to be where her neck is. All right, and if you want to, you could do eyebrows too. We probably won't really touch on them, but at least you have it already separated. And she doesn't have her teeth showing, so that should be cool. And then what we're going to do is create 5 separate masks here. And then hit create. All right, now what this allows you to do, I want you to focus on the skin tone. Now we already did this yesterday in class, so we're not going to focus on this. I just wanted to show you all that this is considered AI too. Photoshop has always been using AI. Let's go ahead and scroll down just a little bit. Okay, so you can go to where it says facial skin, and the facial skin and body skin is different, but click on the facial skin. And remember, if you scroll down here, on this side over here, I apologize. Go ahead and scroll up just a little bit more, and let's play with the exposure. Scroll down just a little bit where light is going to show you exposure, and you can move it up or down to change the skin tone. And if you want darker, like darker complexion, you come down here. If you want lighter, there you go. So you can play with that. And then also you can play with the, so that's the facial skin. You also have the, I believe this say body skin, or what does it say? Scroll down. I think it says body skin. Yep. Scroll back up and go to body skin. And then you can change that as well separately. Now, what you can do is you can take off this overlay, because the overlay is kind of misrepresenting because it has that red tint to it. So if you take that off, you can see a little bit better what you're doing. And some of y'all were asking me yesterday how you change it independently. That's precisely how you do it. But then you kind of have to know how you change the first one. All right. So that's something fun that I wanted you all to see. You're also able to change the lip color like that. You're able to change the hair color like that. So that is using AI, even if you don't have Photoshop beta. Okay. So that was just a quick demo. That isn't even something we're supposed to be doing tonight, Cicely, but I felt a little bad for you because I know you're here, you don't have your Photoshop beta, but I feel like you will at least be able to get something out of this part of it, and you can go back and do the Photoshop beta part later. Okay, but this looks super cool. I see you playing with it there.
Yeah, okay. So once I install the beta, I can do everything else.
Yeah, once you install the beta, you can do what the generative fill part of what we're doing tonight.
Okay, okay, cool.
All right. So Cicely's good to go. Let's see. Montanese, go ahead and share your, no, it's not, tell me how to say your name again. Montanez?
Yes, ma'am. It's Montanious. How you doing,
Okay.
Dr. Shanon?
I'm amazing. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Okay, go ahead and share your screen for me, love. Let me see what you got going on.
I just finished downloading my beta.
Okay.
Did it share? Hold on. There we go. Did
All
it
right,
not
so okay, perfect.
share?
So let's go ahead and do your lasso. And you're just gonna draw around here, right around there.
You see, mine is pulling.
Oh, because you have the square selected. Go ahead and choose the lasso.
Okay.
All
How
right,
do
and you can go ahead and do Control D to deselect. Control D, yep, you got it. And then go ahead and use your lasso to draw. Yep. All right, Nancy says she tried and got good results for the curly hair. Perfect. All right, so y'all don't.
My problem was it was trying to do the square. I didn't know.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. You got the right tool now. So that was the lasso tool. Go ahead and hit generative fill. And then I want you just go ahead and agree there because that's your first time seeing that. And go ahead and put in curly hair.
You hit generate?
Yep, let's generate. Let's see what happens. All right, and for those playing with the color, like skin tone, lips, and all that, don't get caught up in that because we aren't even supposed to be doing that tonight. I want y'all to focus on this. Ooh, I like yours. Look,
like
ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one.
All right, and then you can check your other two variations just to see what it gave you. Go ahead and check them out. No, not quite. Look like she got some fried ends there. That was okay, but I think your first one was better than the
Yeah, I'm liking that first one too.
Better for the first one. Beautiful.
So how do I save it?
All right, now that's a great question. Look, I got something I wanted. How do I save it? Everybody can go to File, Save, and I want you to save this on your desktop, in your desktop folder. So we'll do File, Save, because we haven't saved that yet. So it should be your first time saving. And then you should have a folder on your desktop with your name and then AI at the end. Spontaneous, yep, you got it. And you can save this one as, I called it Afro Lady. And then what I wanted to do was I changed my textures. I don't know why we're getting so different of textures, but I have like a really curly Afro texture type quote with like brown hair. And then I created some sister locks looking like it looks kind of straight, but you can tell it's textured like almost like little mini braids or dreads. And then I have one that has and her traditional curly hair like this. So I want you all to play with that. And then of course you can generate prompts that'll give you different type of hair too. So when you generate your prompt, if you want to go back to what we did yesterday, not now, but later, if you want to go back, you can also generate different hairstyles in your prompt. So you can put long dreadlocks, you can put short dreadlocks, you can put curly brown hair, you can put straight blonde hair. Whatever you want to see, I want you to work on that with your prompts. But I also want you to know that once you get something in Photoshop, you can do some interesting things as well. Now, I want to see how many people generated your hair, because the next thing we're going to do is generate the crown, okay? And
Okay.
this is going to be something that you can do with the AI art that you generated afterwards as well. So let me check in and see, is anyone having trouble right now? If you don't have beta. So if you don't have beta, Morticia, you're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to do the generative fill. It's not going to work. Okay. Eleanor, go ahead and share your screen. Let me see what you need help with. Yes, save this as a Photoshop file. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because we're going to have to go back and change those generative layers. We're going to have to rasterize it once you get it exactly how you want it. Okay. All right. So Eleanor sharing screens right now. Oh, Eleanor, looks like you got some interesting results there. That's pretty. All right. What are you needing help with right now, love? Because that looks good.
I played catch up.
Okay. No,
So-
you're all caught up exactly. We're getting ready to do our crown right now. Are you ready?
How did you say to go and save?
Oh, let's just do file and save. All right, we're going to put it on your desktop. You should have a folder that we saved last time from Sunday. There you go. Perfect. And I'll just save it as Afro Lady. Of course, you can do whatever you want with it when you're done with it. Coach Jazz, you want to share your electrocuted lady? Go.
Okay.
All right, so you are good to go. Good job. Des, go ahead and share your screen. Yeah, I don't know if y'all hear this noise in the background, but this has been driving me crazy. I'm in Miami, and I guess downtown they don't play. So it's like they're honking at each other like this is New York every second of the day.
Look, I mean, I'll go and post it in the group to show y'all. It was so funny, like she stuck her finger in the socket. But I don't know what happened to it then.
Oh, it won't let you share your screen?
No, I don't know what's going on, but it was too funny. I just shared it.
Yeah, I will tell you one thing that AI will do. It would either frustrate you or make you laugh, or sometimes both. So I have come up with some really, really fun interpretations of what it thought I wanted.
I do have a question though. Maybe somebody else had that. So I can't share my screen. It's some words that came around the head where the hair was. It's words there instead.
Okay, so what Photoshop is doing, and this is what AI does in general. Sometimes it thinks you want words and it will kind of create some. And what you'll have to do is you'll have to mask that area off and just tell it that you don't want it. So I'm going to show y'all in a little bit how we're going to rasterize and then clean that up and basically make it all one image. Yolanda, go ahead and share your screen. That one, I like it. It's kind of got like a watercolor type of edge.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is that what it's supposed to be?
And if you don't like it, you can always hit regenerate and it'll give you some more options. So
Would I lose these though?
No, it'll keep those. So if you hit regenerate, it'll
okay.
It'll give you 3 more options. So then you have a total of 6. Now, the problem is if you just keep regenerating, it's going to collect those layers and it's going to weigh your system down. So you have to be
Oh.
careful. I mean, it's a great tool, but it's still going to have some limitations. Now, usually it'll give you 3 more versions. It only gave you 1.
It said violated the something guideline.
Okay, so whenever it does that, what I do is I go and I clear my preferences. I save what I'm doing, clear my preferences, shut down Photoshop, open it back up, because it has something. I don't even know what it's talking about. You're violating what? Because Photoshop is only doing what you told it to do and what Photoshop allowed it to do before. So usually when it's doing that, it's kind of thinking that it's overriding something that's not supposed to be overriding, or doing something that's not supposed to be doing, when in actuality it's probably just beta doing what betas do, which is mess up all the time. Okay, so unfortunately that's what happens when you are the tester for a software. You get to deal with all of those issues. But if that's what it's doing, what you're going to have to do, and this is for everybody, if it keeps giving you that error, what I want you to do is, if you're on a Mac, you're going to click on Photoshop beta up here. If you're on a PC, you're going to go to, I believe it's edit and preferences, but on a Mac, you're going to go here and go to settings, and then you're going to go to general here.
I just click it.
And then what you're going to do is go to reset preferences on quit. Now you can go ahead and hit reset preferences on quit, and I'm going to have you do something else too while you're here. I'm going to have you go to your performance and just hit OK. Go to your performance and let's crank that up, because right now it's giving it 70%. Let's give it 90%. That way it has a little more computing power and it's not getting stopped in its tracks. That's good. And then let's go ahead and hit OK. All right. And let us, now what you want to do is you're going to want to close out of Photoshop beta and then open it back up again. So make sure you save your work.
Oh, Lord, the save dance. Yes.
Oh, and I am going to stop the live stream now for YouTube, because I think we let them have enough, because we're going to get into doing our background regeneration and then also do some chat GPT. So thank you all, YouTube, for hanging out, and Craft to Quit. Your time is up and it's time to quit. Everybody inside the Zoom room, y'all stay in the Zoom room. Don't leave me. I'm just going to